it back to you. It's when you watch the World Cup, it's a crushing feeling not to know that your team did not, go through. It didn't even the Indian team didn't even scratch the surface for reaching towards the World Cup, and a lot of discussion goes around कि grassroots football नहीं है. How do you see it?
So basically, the underlying issue is that there is people are ready to invest money in a top tier league at any given moment, but if it comes to the local leagues, local ventures, then a lot of people are very hesitant to put their money in. Like and even if you look at a lot of the other leagues in the top tier, like especially the I League, the broadcast deal is not finalized till the last moment. So definitely that's the problem that is also here कि यहाँ पे local leagues are not being broadcasted or anything, or there is very little to no source of revenue for a local club. So definitely that's a huge problem. And then there is a lot of responsibilities on a local club as well at the same time. Definitely there are clubs who are not doing their bit, but yeah, it's a two-way street, and a lot more investment needs to come at a local level.
How do you feel like what should a normal Indian football fan do to support? Obviously, going to games is one of them. It increases the revenue and everything. But what is something that a normal Indian football fan can do to support grassroots level football, to support the development of football in India?
Since I am a part of two local clubs, I would just say this: ki come to our games or come to any local club's games. Just try to follow local football as much as you can. Like there are nearly 200 plus teams in the Mumbai district itself. So there is a lot of football happening, and there is a lot of football happening on a daily basis, and there are a lot of local tournaments that happen on a week in, week out, weekend basis as well. So definitely there are a lot of teams, there are a lot of football players out there. Definitely try to watch a local game. There is if there is no ticket price or anything, definitely timings can be a problem, but one day in a month you can take out to visit your local ground. So that can be one thing that you can do. And for us with Mumbai Marines, what we have done is we have tried to merchandise ourselves. So basically we are trying to sell jerseys and other merchandises as well. Like right now we are also selling a face mask as well. So definitely this is one way we are trying to generate revenue for ourselves. And we tell our friends, at least buy this. I'm not going to give you a discount, but definitely you will be helping support the club as well. And we try to keep the lowest possible margins as well. So whatever the profit comes in, that directly goes back into the team itself. So definitely that's what we try to do at our club. But yeah, there should be a lot more support and guidance from the associations as well. Definitely AFFF has done a lot of things for local clubs and local leagues as well. Right now we have Golden Baby Leagues that is happening, and a lot of we have a lot of academies here. But definitely we need a little bit more maybe the clubs need a little bit more guidance in terms of fan engagement or in terms of generating revenue. Okay, and I think so we should also pitch, let's say, if there's an investor, a small time investor who wants to, let's say, put their money in football, but definitely they can't invest in something like ISL. So definitely you should give them a viable option in investing in Mumbai football, or you need to show that pathway. Chalo, you invest in a Mumbai's local team, wait for 5 years, play good football, and with your performance you can enter maybe the I League, second division I League, or ISL as well. So definitely
football is not seen as a source of revenue. Celebrities would want to own teams in ISL if they would not invest in the lower leagues, in the lower teams, and that's very prevalent. But also, just to understand, what is the footballing structure of India? Matlab, bottom to top, how does it go? क्या leagues होते हैं?
So I will just start. So basically, I will start from the top itself. So we have the Indian Super League, which is the de facto top tier league right now. Then we have the I League. There is no relegation promotion between them right now. But probably within the next 5 years, we might have that. Then there is the second division I League, where teams from all across India can apply to participate. There are a certain set of rules and that you have to adhere to for that. There is a club licensing program for it, and then you can apply for it. So a team in Mumbai's top division, elite division, can participate in it, or the state's top state or the most prevalent district's top division team can participate in the second division I League. But then between the second division I League and the local leagues in Mumbai or Pune or anywhere else, there is this huge gap. And the only way you can apply for I League second division is by filling up a club licensing, by applying for a club licensing program, and then probably getting, passing those criteria and getting elected to it. So, at least 8 or 9 teams only right now apply for the I League second division from all across India. So definitely there is the gap between the local, your state / district league and the national leagues. That needs to be filled.
Structurally, that needs to be fixed, right?
Yeah.
Structurally speaking, yeah. But, Adarsh, I want to put this out to you because you've been in the fan supports for Mumbai FC for a very long time. This is something that I wanted to understand. When I was in school, right, and the football selections ki baat aati thi, half of the school used to come down. Football selection ke liye jana hai. And I'm sure it is the same now. Football is extremely popular in India. In general, football is extremely popular in India. Where are we going wrong? Like, we have the enthusiasm. In fact, to the point that the Under-17 World Cup that we hosted had the record attendance. It was the most popular Under-17 World Cup ever held. What are we doing wrong?
So, I think the first point that I would like to highlight is that ever since the British era, we have had a tendency that we are always inferior or a little less as compared to our, world level contenders. As in, if we see foreigners coming to the Under-17 World Cup, that is a massive incentive for people to come to the stadium. Because when you are looking at Phil Foden, who is a possible Manchester City player, like he wasn't yet at that time, but there were talks about him going to Manchester City later on, if I'm not wrong. That is a massive incentive for people to discuss in WhatsApp groups saying that there is Phil Foden who is coming to play. There is XYZ person who played in the Under-17 World Cup and now plays for a Premier League club. So the problem starts right at the point when you are massively impressionable in the teenage years. When you should ideally get exposed to Indian football, you get exposed to all the Chelseas, Manchester Uniteds, Englands, Belgiums, Germanys of the world. And then it goes all downhill because once you have set a standard inside your head saying that this is what is football. So when you actually go and watch a Mumbai City FC play, I am myself a Mumbai City FC fan, but when I go and see a Mumbai City FC play after being massively impressed by a European club or a European team, that doesn't work well in my favor. I start seeing it as boring football. So maybe when you look at schools or colleges, the integration of academies and schools and colleges can happen at a much younger stage. Like when you are in 7th standard or 6th standard, then maybe a Thane City FC can partner with multiple schools and have programs there. So when that happens, their first exposure might be a Chelsea, but they also know that the work is going on in Indian football. Right now, the reminders that come for Indian football are only once in 4 years. Every time the World Cup schedule is announced, people start looking up where is India, what is India's ranking, AIFF kya kar raha hai, India kabhi World Cup nahi khelega, and they start mocking. So I think impression is the most important thing, and it should happen at a very young age.
Sachin, you want to add something? Because could you partner with schools? Is that something that is possible?
Definitely. We at Thane City FC have done that, and we are trying that right now as we speak as well. Definitely, the clubs need to go to a lot of the local, local schools and colleges and promote themselves as well over there.
Yeah.
We are, let's say, a Mumbai City FC is playing a match on the weekend, and they go to the local schools and saying that we are playing a match and we would like your kids to come to the stadium as well to cheer the team and everything. It could be something of a mini picnic for the children as well.
Yeah.
And even the clubs need to partner with local smaller clubs as well to act as feeder, not just as feeder clubs for the bigger club as well, but also give them tickets to come to the stadium as well. Once you create that ecosystem, that chain right key, regularly the kids are coming to the stadium. If let's say a small kid from the school, something like a 9 or 10-year-old kid is coming to the stadium to watch a game, for him his first impression of football would be कि मैंने मुंबई सिटी एफसी को देखा या मैंने थाने सिटी एफसी को देखा या मुंबई मरीन्स को देखा. And once that's their first impression, matlab, they will keep on supporting the team till the end of their life. So definitely, once you create that first impression, as Adarsh said, at a very early age, definitely that is going to continue and continue and continue, and that's going to give you a long-term rewards. Football is essentially a very long-term investment. You start with the kid. You start with the kid as a fan, and then take him all the way to his or her old age.
I mean, it's interesting also what others said that the quality of football. If I'm following any club in India, if I am, let's say, a European team ka fan, I'll obviously compare that style of play with what I'm watching here. How do we improve the quality then? I mean, if quality seems to be a defining factor, even if you make a first impression, quality seems to be a defining factor even then. What do we do about the quality of our players or our system?
If I can add a point here, I think the place where we go wrong is the fact that we compare. We compare Indian football with European football. Ideally, how it should be, it should be inspirational. You have a set standard of Indian football. You have accepted it that this is how I play. We play boring football or we play slow football. And then you get coaches from, let's say, Spain or Mexico or any country that has some inspirational value, and then you start inculcating it in your system. The problem here is that, I'll be very honest about Indians as such, we tend to latch onto things that are already popular. That by latching onto something when you can get the limelight. So if you have a Justin Bieber concert in Navi Mumbai, it happened. Even if you don't follow Justin Bieber, or even if you're not a diehard fan, you will just go there to prove that you had gone there. You can put up Instagram stories that you were there. That's pretty much it. So I think that's one thing we need to overcome. We need to get over our tendency to latch onto popular things. No offense to any club out there. I am myself a Chelsea fan. I could have been an Everton fan, or I could have been a Portsmouth fan. But the reason I latched onto a Chelsea is because I saw Frank Lampard. So maybe that's my submission. Sachin, you can take it ahead.
So with improving Indian football in general, it's a two-pronged thing right now. So how do you improve the players who are currently in the system, who are playing the ISL and the I-Leagues, and how do you develop the system for the future? Right now, developing the players who are playing right now, who are 20, 21, or even 17 or 18, for them, it's a huge jump. But what we can do right now for the future itself is, our children need to start at a young age, and AIFF needs to be very adamant about its footballing, footballing culture and its footballing policy, how it's going to scout talent from all across India, from the length and breadth of India itself. And the other part is we need to take it to other places as well. Like the problem with Indian football is that Indian football is not a popular, football itself is not a popular sport in the biggest state in the country, that is Uttar Pradesh. And we are missing out on a lot of players from this Hindi heartland, like Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, UP, and Bihar. We don't have a football club from there. The only, the Hindi heartland that we call, the only club from there is from Jharkhand, which is Jamshedpur FC in the top tier. So definitely, I think so. These are UP, Bihar, and Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan are places where we can find our next Chetris and next Gurpreets as well. And we need to take, and the sport needs not to be limited to its urban pockets, which it is right now. It needs to go to the local talukas, the local districts, the local villages as well. We need to have like district associations need to take the initiative that they have more village level competitions and more taluka level competitions as well. So definitely that will help in the long term. In the players who are currently in the system, it's very difficult for them to change their style or playing style or anything right now. But definitely we can expose them more. We can give them more matches to play, and definitely there is a scope for having a lot more ISL and I League games as well. So definitely that could improve the game to a certain extent as well.
I'd just like to touch upon the point that you said that about scouting. That's very important. I'd like to throw this question out to you. Currently, the Indian team that we have, is it the best set of footballers in the country? Because I have heard stories of corruption happening when people go for selections for the Indian national team. So obviously, maybe some deserving people go out. So my question to both of you is: Are those the best? When India plays a match, are those the best 16 players that India has?
So basically, to put this forward is that regarding corruption, to be honest, there is corruption at a lot of places as well. So definitely, I believe that there is no corruption in selection for the Indian football team right now, or that a certain player is being left out due to a certain corrupt practice that is there. Definitely, that's not happening with. This is what I personally believe. But I do believe this, that we are not scouting a lot more player in general, and and we have a lot fewer players playing in the system right now. So if you compare to England has 92 clubs across all the four tiers. No, 112 clubs. Sorry, across all the four tiers. Whereas we have just 21 clubs, and one of them is an AIFF's. One of them is AIFF's own team itself for scouting. So definitely we need a larger pool of players to play football. We need a lot more teams playing in the ISL and the I League, and we need a year-round I League too. Definitely that could help in increasing that pool of players. Once we have, I think, over 50 clubs, definitely once you have that large enough pool, the scouting would get better. And definitely there are tournaments that are happening, like Reliance's inter-college and inter-school tournament that taken the sport to a lot of local corners. And it has created a system for the local school player or the local college player to come play in and even shine bright as well. So definitely that's happening right now, but we need to make that net a bit more wider.